So I've gotten my first few sales on Lulu and it is very exciting, but I do want to take the time to look at the finances of it, kind of compare it to Amazon KDP a bit. And so what I thought would be good would be for me to do it while talking to you all. That way you're able to see the profit breakdown if you are looking to start publishing on Lulu. Hey, if you're new here, and hey, if you are just coming back, my name is Shanice and I do operate a stationery shop called Shanice DK Designs. But here on this YouTube channel, I talk all things business. If that is something you are interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you join this family. Your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity. And so as I said in the intro, in this video, we're going to be going through one of the Lulu orders that I received and just kind of breaking down the profit so that you're able to see if this is worth it for you financially. If you're new here, you may not know that I have previously published on Amazon KDP, but after some very unfortunate events, I'm now publishing with Lulu. And so the method that I'm taking with Lulu right now in my business is a little similar to what I previously did with Amazon KDP. With this method, I'm still primarily publishing low content books. So I'm still publishing planners as I've done before. I'm going to publish my budget books, my business planners. So I'm still publishing within the low content to sort of medium content book area. So I'm still keeping that up, and that is why I've chosen Lulu as opposed to going with something like Barnes and Noble Press or something like that. You can check out my video on alternative publishing platforms. I'm gonna go ahead and link it for you so you can check that out. But instead of going with one of those platforms, I'm going with Lulu because I do not have a high content book. I'm still working on my high content book. And once I have that book, I'm going to publish that book a bit more wider. But just because my primary books that I'm still publishing are journals and planners, I find it really helpful to use Lulu. My brand was initially based on journaling and the importance of journaling and just having a place to brainstorm, put your thoughts down on paper. And so I still want to republish some of the books that my customers were used to. I was using Amazon KDP not for Amazon to sell my books, but for me to sell my own books and really communicate the benefits of journaling to other people. And so now that my business has shifted a bit towards business owners, I still feel that it's important for business owners to journal, right? It's important for you to get your thoughts out on paper. It's important for idea generation. It's important for creating systems, tracking your analytics. And so I'm now starting to publish more planners and things like that for business owners. And I'm using Lulu, especially their wire bounded products, to produce those because I do believe that the wire bound adds something to the books, right? It makes it easier for you to use, especially if it's a planner. And so I am really enjoying publishing with Lulu, and I have gotten some sales. So it tells me that I'm on the right track. I just need to keep working at it. And so what I want you to take from this video is not how much profit you're able to make by selling one journal, but really how much work you need to put in to be able to sell one journal. I was able to get my first sale pretty fast, but that is because I already have things established, right? And so that's what I want to say to you. I want to make sure that you have things established. And so if you're looking to tap into your marketing more, make sure that you're checking out my brand work session. I have consulting sessions. You can text me your business or self-publishing questions, your building a brand questions, your business questions, or you can hop on a consulting call with me. I also offer content strategy, marketing strategy sessions, audits, and things like that. So if you're really looking to take your business or your self-publishing journey to the next level, go ahead and get in touch with me at worksession.com. That is the brand that I'm creating to manage all things marketing. So make sure you reach out to me if you have any questions. But we're going to go ahead and hop into the rest of the video. I'm going to minimize this and then we're going to look at the numbers. I am nice and small, and so we're going to hop into the rest of the video. So the first thing I want to do is take you over to my website, ShaniceDKDesigns.com, and you're able to see some of the products that I currently offer, some of the journals and things like that. And I do offer consulting on setting up your website, making sure that you're able to get everything working correctly. I can also walk you through it in a one-on-one session, because I do know that a lot of people prefer to have a one-on-one session that really shows them everything. So if you want to know how to set up your own website using this method, one thing you could do is you could just reach out to me for a consulting session or a one-on-one session where I can walk you through the basics. So this is my website, ShaniceDKDesigns.com. And if you click on journals and planners, it's going to take you to what I have currently published, which is not a lot right now. And so as you can see, I'm selling them for just over $25. One is for $27. So now that that item is in the cart, we can view the cart, and I do want to show you something over here. So there's the product, but as you can see here, I do have a cost for shipping, and depending on where the person lives, there's going to be a charge for taxes. All right, so now that we've seen the website, we can hop into the breakdown. So what you're seeing here is that I have a selling price of $27.54. I also have a shipping charge of $4.15, and this is standard for my website. In the past, I used to sell the sticky notes on my website, ShaniceDKDesigns.com. I've then moved all of the sticky notes to Etsy, but I still have the $4.15 shipping cost. So I didn't change it. I decided I'm just going to maintain the $4.15 because a lot of my customers are already used to that shipping price. And then depending on location, there's going to be a tax charge. And so from one of the orders that I received, the tax charge is looking at $2.38, and this varies based on location. So for this order, I got a gross of $34.07. So this is the money that the customer paid. This is what their bank account was charged, $34.07. From this money, I do have to pay WooCommerce. That's the processing. In this case, the person used WooCommerce to pay for their order. But if they had used PayPal, which is another checkout option, it would have been a bit more in terms of fees because PayPal does charge more than WooCommerce. So if you come to my website and you use a credit card, I make more profit than if you pay with PayPal. So that's just what that works out to. So this was $1.28 in processing fees. And so from 3407, so if we say 34.07 minus $1.28, we are looking at $32. So $32.79 in terms of not really profit, but we getting there. So $32.78 is what would be deposited from my website into my bank account. So the customer pays $34.07, and then WooCommerce is going to go ahead and deposit $32.79 into my bank account. And I have my WooCommerce set up so that I get daily deposits. I believe once you get to a certain amount of money, they allow you to get daily deposits. So essentially what I'm saying here is that as soon as the customer pays their $34.07, WooCommerce takes their money and then I get this money right away. It's not going to be like Amazon KDP where they're taking 60 days before you're able to see that money. So here's a note. I do have to pay LuLu before they start producing the item. So once your customer checks out, LuLu sends you, did they send me a notification? I think they send you a notification like closer to the end of the day. So closer to the end of the day, they send you a notification that says, like order summary. These are all the orders that you received today in your LuLu store. I also believe that they have a way where you can set up automatic payments, but I have not set that up. And so actually what I did was as soon as I got the WooCommerce notification of a sale, I immediately went to LuLu and paid them so that they can process the order faster. But one thing you could do is just have a system where you set up like, okay, every day at 5 o'clock, or so, or after I get the email, I'm gonna go make the payments. But I just did it because I had the time. I just did it right away so they could start processing that order much faster. You can also set up automatic payments. Perhaps when I get to the level of consistent sales every single day, I may set up automatic payments so that it's much easier to kind of skip that step. You don't really have to log in every single day. So again, you pay LuLu before they start processing that order. And what LuLu does is that they send you a bill. And so this was my LuLu bill. So LuLu sent me a bill of $21.40. And this broke down to $12.54 for their printing costs. So for them to make the book, $12.54. Their shipping cost, so to ship the book to my customer, is $5.69. Taxes, they charged me $1.42. And then for production, they charged me $1.75. And so that is LuLu for you. So $21.40 is what I paid them. So from my bank account, immediately I got that $32.79, and then I said, hey LuLu, here you go. This is your $21.40. And again, that is different from Amazon KDP, right? So with Amazon KDP, you don't have to pay Amazon anything. They collect the money from the customer, they take their portion, and then they give you what's left as royalties later on. The system I'm using here on LuLu is more of like a print on demand. So if you were using something like Printify, you would pay Printify upfront before they start producing your item, and then they ship that item to your customer. So that is the method that I'm using with LuLu. I'm not using the LuLu marketplace. This would be different if I was using the LuLu marketplace, okay? Now that we've had that, we need to calculate our total expenses. So we have $21.40 going to LuLu, and then we have $1.28 going to WooCommerce. And so that brings our total expenses to $22.68. Okay. And so we have $22.68. But I want you all to make sure that you are taking into consideration annual web hosting fees. So I sell on my own website, shanicedecadesigns.com. It is not free, right? So annually, every year I have to pay for my domain. Every year I have to pay for my website hosting. So yes, I would have still had those expenses even if I weren't selling these products. But you do have to remember that when you're looking at the end of your year, at the end of your profit, you do have to take that into consideration because that is an expense, okay? Couple things I want to talk about before we look at the final profit breakdown. So with the method that I'm currently using with LuLu, I'm able to price my books a little bit more, or probably I should say a lot more expensive than I used to when I sold them on Amazon KDP. And this is probably going to be, different for my customers, especially people who bought my budget planners on Amazon for like $9. And when I put those on my website, they're going to be over $25. And so one thing I'm using to compel them is now the new format, right? That's why I'm not publishing my books again in paperback. I'm choosing to go wire bound so it could be different. It could look new. It could look better, right? So that's one reason why I'm going that route. So with the current method that I'm using on LuLu to sell my books, I'm able to sell my books at a higher cost because I do not have the added competition. I am driving my own traffic, so there is that. But if you think to a platform like Etsy or even Amazon, when you send your customers direct traffic to Amazon, they're gonna see competition, right? I can remember when my journal, My Thoughts on How to Be Better Each Day, sold on Amazon. What I actually had happening were customers who made videos showing me my journal that they purchased. Yay. But in the box, like in their Amazon box, I was able to see journals that they purchased from other companies. So when you send your customers direct traffic to sites like Amazon or to sites like Etsy, there is competition, right? You're going up against these sellers. And so you need to make sure that you are pricing your products competitively. So I cannot go on a site like Amazon and try to sell my budget planner for $29 because I could possibly lose customers, right? Customer can go there, see my budget planner for $29 and be like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and buy this from Sophia Designs because Sophia Designs is selling hers for $7. So when I was selling on Amazon, my books did not go above like 11. I believe the highest price book I had, the highest price journal or planner I had was like 11.99 or something like that because of the competition, right? So you have to keep that in mind. But when you're driving traffic to your own website, there's no competition. You're not going to see an advertisement from Sophia Designs. You're not going to have all of these things popping up trying to get your customers to purchase this thing instead of this thing. They're going to be there to support your business and to purchase your product. And so you're able to charge what your product is worth or what you believe, taking into account all the expenses you have to pay, what makes it valuable and worth it for you and for them. So make sure you're providing value in the product, but also make sure that you're not selling yourself short, okay? And so something else to keep in mind again is that I am selling these wire bound. So that alone brings up the cost because it's different. Amazon KDP doesn't offer that. And so my customers are getting something new, something different. But it also adds into why Lulu is charging a bit more is because there's that extra step, right, to really make this wire bound. With that being said, let's go ahead and look at the final profit breakdown. So we have our total expenses of $22.68, but our customer paid us $34.07 initially. So we're gonna say $34.07 minus the $22.68, and that gives us a grand profit of $11.39. All right, so that gives us a grand profit of $11.39. So we have a grand total of $11.38. And I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. When I was publishing on Amazon KDP, to make $11.39, I would need to sell like 3, maybe 4. Let's see. Because most of my books I was making like $1.90, maybe like 196. Let's just say 196. So 1139 divided by 1.96. I would need to sell I would need to sell 5, 6 books in order to make this profit. And I would also have to wait 60 days to get that money. So to me, this is a better option to really work hard at promoting this and trying to see how best I can go ahead and make this money using this route. Of course, you do have to do what? You have to keep in mind that on Amazon, they have the marketplace. You don't have to do all the work to drive your own traffic. But we have seen, and I have seen, that the people who do not do the work, who do not drive their traffic, do not make the sales. So you do have to do some work, to be honest. If you really want to make money online, especially with publishing, you do have to do work. The people who don't make any money are the people who publish 500 books and don't do anything with them. The people who are constantly improving their books, trying to build a brand, maybe running ads, are the people who are making money. And so it just depends on what you're trying to do. This is also inspiration for anyone who got terminated on Amazon KDP. If Amazon KDP terminated your account, it's not the end of the world. You just need to strategize. You need to buckle down. You need to find something that you can do that's creative. And you need to create your own website and you need to sell your books. You need to sell your books. And again, if you need any help selling your books, I'm the person you want to talk to. I'm selling you me. I'm selling you my services. Even if it's just to chat with me or just to help you set up a website, I'm selling you my services. Of course, I cannot guarantee that you're going to make any sales. Can't guarantee that, but can guarantee you that if you put in the work, you're gonna see some fruit from your labor. Think about all the work you put in on Amazon KDP only for that account to be gone. Think about building something that can be yours, that can, even if Lulu shut down today, you can find someone else to publish your books and your customers would never know that Lulu isn't there anymore. They won't ever know. But on Amazon KDP, I have people emailing me all the time. The link is broken. I can't find your book. What happened to your book? I have to send emails like, this book is no longer on Amazon. You have to purchase it here. Like, embarrassment. So skip the embarrassment, or at least have your business set up to the way where you don't miss a moment. You don't miss a moment, right? That's what you want to aim for. It's even now that I'm seeing in the news, I was going to do a video on this and I said, you know what? I'm not even going to do it anymore. But even on the news, I'm seeing how Amazon is cracking down on sellers, like sellers who use FBA. And these small businesses are getting swept up. Perhaps that person didn't do anything wrong, or perhaps they didn't know because Amazon has so many rules that you don't even know you're breaking a rule. And because of this crackdown, they're getting swept up and their businesses are shutting down and they're losing real money. They're having to pay lawyers to try to get this thing back up. When, if they had their business set up the right way, where Amazon was just one of the options for their customers and not their entire business, they can easily send out the embarrassing email that says this is no longer available on Amazon, but you can continue purchasing on my website, right? That's what I wish I did. I wish I had it set up to the point where Amazon shut down and it was just a blink of an eye. My products were already ready to go. But I didn't have that. And now I'm doing it, and now I'm letting you know so you don't have to go through what I went through. So this was a long video, but hopefully you found it helpful. Feel free to go ahead and check me out at worksession.com if you're looking for business or marketing advice. And then go ahead, and if you want to purchase the business planner, because it's a really good business planner that's really going to help you to take your business to the next level, go ahead and head to ShaniceDKDesigns.com and you can grab it in the wire bound that we talked about today, or you could grab it in the digital format. Either way, I hope that you find it useful and valuable as you try to take your business to the next level. All the best, and I'm going to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.